Hey, welcome back to the Two Car Garage. Today we're going to be showing you how we Plasti Dip the wheels for our Super Bee. And really what's going to be happening here is this will be the Red's first video. Because you're going to be seeing more videos from both of us. He's got some projects that he's going to be working on, and I've got some big projects coming up here that I'm working on. And we're just going to be going back and forth here with some different things, and I'll let him talk about what's going on here today.
Yeah, so we were looking through some older files and we found a video that I filmed 2 years ago, and I just took you guys through the process of how we Plasti Dipped the wheels on our 69 Super Bee.
The reason we Plasti Dipped these wheels is I just didn't like the chrome rim being the same as every other Mopar out there with Magnum 500s. And I wanted something to be a little bit different, a little more stock car looking, if you will. So that's why we're doing this. The reason for using Plasti Dip is I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to like how this looked. And I liked the fact that if I was unhappy with the finished result, we could just peel it back off and go back to the original finish. Without further ado, we're just going to toss it over to 14-year-old Red and let him explain what's going on.
Alright, so the wheel's already been masked and cleaned, but I'm going to clean it just one more time to make sure there's nothing else on there. So I just have a microfiber and some grease and wax remover. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going to go around and make sure I get everything, because I don't want anything to be left on there. And I'm going to try and get good around the edges, so that way it can have a good grip when it wraps around. So I finished cleaning the wheel, and we let it dry for about 5 minutes to make sure it was good, and I did the best job I could to make sure we really get a good bond. And so now we're going to do the first coat. The first coat is going to be a light coat, and then after we do that, we're going to wait half an hour between coats, and we're going to do 6 coats. I'm just going to do a real light coat. And I think that should be a good first coat. Alright, so now we're just going to let it sit for 30 minutes, and then we'll do our second coat. Alright, so we've waited a half an hour after we did the first coat. Now we're going to do the second coat. One thing that you should keep in mind is that we didn't mask the tire itself, because with the tire protectant that we actually use on a tire, it'll prevent the Plasti Dip from actually sticking to the tire, so it'll peel right off when we're done. So now we're going to do the second coat, and the second coat we're going to do like a medium wet. We're not going to do too heavy because we don't want any runs, but we want it to be thicker than the first coat. I shook the can already, and so I'm going to spray my second coat. So I'm just going to get some paint going, and then I'm just going to Alright, so after each coat we're just gonna spray a nice layer on the tire, so that way it'll help us when peeling it off the tire later. And that looks like a pretty good second coat, so we'll wait another half hour and then we'll do our third coat. And also, after you're done spraying each coat, make sure to clear the tip. So just hold the can upside down and spray for a couple seconds until the paint runs clear, and then you'll know that you've cleared your nozzle out. This coat and the last coat, we actually rotated the wheel 90 degrees each time, and that just allows me to get into the spots on the top and sides that I might not have been able to get as well. And so now we're going to do the sixth and final coat. It's been half hour since I finished the last coat, and so now I'm going to peel back all the overspray and the masking before it's fully cured, and I put some gloves on just because it might still be a little sticky and I don't want it to get on my hands. So the nice thing about Plasti Dip is that it's really easy to work with. You can just peel it back, and since we have that tire protectant on, it doesn't stick to the tire, so it'll just peel back really nice like this. We can go back after and we can just kind of rub it off because it comes off really nice. But right now I'll go to the masking, and I'm just gonna start peeling this back. And I'm going to try not to bump the wheel because it might still be a little bit wet and take any impressions. So just going to be careful in the edge here so I don't peel it back. I just want to get the tape. Alright, there we go. So I got all the tape off, and so now I'll just finish cleaning up any leftover Plasti Dip on the tires. there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my first video. I will be coming out with some more videos later, so stay tuned for those.
And if you could, do the kid a favor here and throw some likes at this video. The more likes we can get, the more subscribers we can get, the hopefully the better content that we'll be able to put out here in the future. We do have lots of videos coming. We've got one big project that we just mostly completed. We've also got a really big project planned for later this year. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, all that stuff, and we'll just see you around.